Hello, party people. Good morning, coffee club goers. Look at me. I'm up and dressed. You can imagine such a thing. Hi. Welcome to Morning Coffee Club. I'm excited to be here today. I'm going to pull us up on my laptop so that I can see all the chats, because sometimes I miss the chats. Kids working on it. If you're on, say hello. Skip this. Okay. There. It looks blurry on my computer. Am I blurry to you guys? Because I look really blurry on my computer right now. Let me try this just for one moment. Maybe that will help us. Maybe. I don't know. You guys will have to let me know if I seem really blurry to you. But anyway, today I'm going to not be on very long, hopefully. I don't say that every morning, but you know. How's everybody doing? Everybody doing okay this morning? Today I got my Panda cup. When I was in college, I used to do little, like, I would get mad at my books. And I would do little dances. And my dad, he used to call me Randy Pandy, so it kind of got shortened to Panda, so that's why it's a panda bear. And then it has my name on it. I've had this cup for a long time. Today I'm going to do a little bit of chatting about photos. I'm going to show you my photo area. Oh, now I can get comments. I can't see or hear anything. What? Is anybody else having this experience? Let me unmute me. Is anybody else having this experience? I can hear me over there. I can hear me over there. That's the delay. I don't know. Rebecca, maybe try just logging out and then coming back. See if that helps. Make sure your volumes are up. Let me make sure all my stuff is up. I'm pretty sure that it is. Good morning. Good morning, Clarice. Good morning, Catherine. Yay. Jefferson is on. I had to close and come back. Hi, Christine. Good morning. How are you today? Hi, Donna. I'm doing well. I'm dressed. Look at me. Dressed. Today I'm sporting my September moon gift for hitting my 1,200 subscribers. This is a carved jade. It's very beautiful. It's very chunky, and I love it very much. And then she also sent these earrings along. So I'm sporting that today. It's spectacular. I feel good. You look beautiful. Well, thank you. Good morning, Stacia. Good morning, Linda. Who am I missing? Okay, here I am. Okay, Rebecca, I'm glad you got it figured out. So today I'm going to just talk a little smidge, and I'm going to show you my photo area where I do all my product photos. So before I do that, I wanted to just let you guys know that originally when I started my Etsy shop / little jewelry business and my website, I followed, and I've mentioned her before, Olivia Hayward. Olivia Hayward is on YouTube. She is the owner, and I think she started out as a sole proprietor. She might be an actual business now. Of Mane Message. So that is Mane, like horse mane, MANE, Mane Message. She sells hair ties. And I followed her. She had a whole YouTube kind of just small business type videos. And so when I started up my Etsy shop, I followed her. So this is what she said. She said that you want to do branding, right? And now there's like a lot of classes and there's like a lot of stuff about branding your business. So I am not by any means professional at any of this, so I'm just letting you know what I did. Just sharing my experience. um, so what she said was that back in the day when Etsy first started, kind of when she started in like 2008 or something, it was like 2007 or 2008. I don't remember. Anyway, she said basically the most that people did was they did to do product photos. They did a white background with your product. You wanted to make a very clear, crisp photo. Good morning, Rosanna. Oh, Mr. Bunsen is rolling on my feet. You wanted to make a very clear, crisp photo for your product, and you wanted to basically have a white background, maybe a gray background, but always a white one. And so I had posted up the other day photos that I took, I don't remember what it was, 3 years ago or 6 years ago, and then product photos that I took that day, and they're significantly different. It's a learning process. So that's what she said. That was kind of their option then. Everybody wanted to see a clear, white, crisp photo, right? Okay, so I tried to do that. And what I found is I watched all these videos and I tried to do the product photos when I started. And there was always, it was very hard. It's very, very hard to do product photos, especially of jewelry when everything is sparkly and shiny, and how to not get it to, blow the camera out and all these things. And so basically, I am just going to share with you guys what I have learned with my product photos so that maybe you might avoid some of these things that I did if you're taking product photos. Now, the other thing was branding. So you might notice when you see a Thunder Horse Descendant ad or a post, like where if you click it, it takes you to the website, like an ad. It'll have a photo on it, and it'll have either a wood background, it'll have the music sheet, it'll have the blue denim, and that's pretty much it, right? That's what my photos or my backgrounds are like. Sometimes I have a white background, but I've switched from the wood to use the wood instead of the white, but that was just personal preference. But basically I have like 3 or 4 backgrounds at most. So now, Olivia Hayward taught me that. She said, when people are scrolling through your phone, you're going to want to pick your backdrops. You're going to want to make sure they look good for a lot of different items, different colors. You could have a couple. She said a couple. I have 4, If 2 is good, 4 is better. But she said when people are scrolling through and they see a photo, you want them to recognize that that is a Thunder Horse Descendant photo. By using the same background and the same kind of style of photo, they're going to know that. That's what branding is. They don't necessarily, it doesn't have to register, because when you're scrolling through your phone, you're just taking a little look-see, like half a second or whatever you're doing. And when you see that background, you're going to go, oh, that's a Thunder Horse Descendant post. So that's why when I originally had Amber start doing the photos, we sat down and my friend Amber from Love and Guts Jewelry Company, she helped me. We sat down and we had a whole meeting about what were our backdrops going to be. What were the backgrounds going to look like? What looked good on there? What was hard to photograph? That type of thing. So, okay, that's just backdrops. That's not even lights. Don't even get me started on lights. So anyway, so we had this little meeting, and originally we decided that there would always be a white one, a a white one. What was it? White, wood, music notes, and then one was like her artistic, whatever she wanted it to be. My artistic one now is, which I recently just changed when I started redoing the photos for, or doing the photos for Thunder Horse Ascendant, is I sometimes do a music one, but most of the time I do the denim with the flowers in the background, with the wood box and the denim and the flowers, just because I like that. And I found that that blue denim kind of helps things to stand out a little bit more. I use different backgrounds, and I have these different ones because of the colors that are in the jewelry. So I don't always take photos of all the jewelry on all the backgrounds. If it doesn't look good on that background, I don't take a photo on it. I kind of use the music note backdrop that I have as my new white. And I don't do a flat white anymore. Simply just because Amber can do really good. Amber, she was doing really great, you know, just white backdrops. I am not real great at it. Yes, I have had trouble with taking photos, and I don't know if it's because the lights or what I'm using to take the pictures. I use my phone and my tablet, and I got to get a camera, I think. Well, Catherine, I thought that too. And I ended up upgrading my phone. Some of you guys have been around when I had my really bad phone. Do you guys remember my really bad phone? It was really bad. I didn't know it was bad at the time, but I was doing all my videos on there and all my all my photos and stuff. I upgraded my phone that I use now that takes in my opinion very good pictures, good enough to use for my business, my website, is it is a Galaxy S10, the original one. Galaxy S10. It's not a Plus or a Note or whatever. It's just a Galaxy S10. For what I do, it has a lot of space and memory for me. It has a good camera. It has HD camera. It has pro camera front and back. The lenses on both sides are very good. So like when I'm doing lives or whatever, you can see me for the most part. Some of this other stuff is just like lag in my internet. But I mean, like I'm not blurry for the most part. When you see me on Facebook, I'm pretty clear, and also for photo taking. So that's what I use, just whatever. My phone was an investment. I think it was, I want to say it was like $800, $600 or $800 for the phone. Are your backdrops done when you're taking the photo, or are you adding that later? Nope. Rebecca, I do them as I'm taking the photo. So I'm going to take you out to my photo where I do photos, and we're going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about lights, just a smidge, and that's what we'll do. So let's do that. So while I'm out there, hopefully all the comments will come through on my phone so I can see. If they don't, I'll check them when I come back here to the computer. So first things first, I have had, I don't know, 10 tripods. 10 tripods. This is the one that I really like, that has been working for me right now. This one with the lights on it. I shared this with you guys the other day. This one is $19.99 on Amazon. I really like it because it has this clip, and it's got this bendy thing, and it's got lights on it. Those lights, very helpful. Even if you're not using the phone part and you're just using for the lights, like for beading, like when I was up here and I was just beading, I would just put the lights, even though I wasn't videotaping anything, and it was highly recommend. I looked forever for that. So we're gonna go out here to my porch, and I'll flip you around. So Don't mind all this mess out here. This is my porch. This is where I do most of my photos now. Look at this. My grandma made this for me. I don't know if you can see it because of the sun. It's a sun catcher made of beads. And my grandpa drilled out that wood piece. And she beaded all those in there. I had one from Walmart and it only had one light. It disappeared on me, Stacia. Okay, so this is it. This is my photo area for the most part. Okay. In the light box that I have downstairs that I call the light box, that's where I do videos. When I do photos, I do them up here. The reason I do them up here is because I have all these windows. So I got 3 windows on this side, 2 windows on that side, which means that I can pretty much get light anytime I need it. The clip broke. Oh, that's too bad. Jefferson built this table for me for Christmas, and he built it. It's a high table, so I can stand there. And then I got this little, just little high chair. I never use it, I guess, but Mr. Bunsen, get down. Yeah, Mr. Bunsen, what are you doing? Are you looking at your birds? He's probably looking at his birds. Is he looking at your birds? Yeah, are they out there? Yeah, there they are. I see them over there by the bush. So he built me this table. So he picked out the stain for this table and he stained this, and he stained it specifically so that I do not have to use a backdrop for wood. I can just use the table, which saves me a step. The color of the stain that he picked is this one. I don't know what color it is. What's it say? Espresso 273. Wood finish. This is what he used. And so he built this table for me. So now, what I do on here is I just use, trying to hold this. I just use this for my general background, and then I just add my little things, and I take my photos here. So when I do the music note, this is actually a music book. It's just a book. This came from Amber's house. This is an old music book because she plays she plays piano. And this has a bunch of cool different, it's like old. It has like old different things. I think she got it in a thrift shop. So anyway, I just lay this out. I put my items on there and I take my shots this way for that. Now what we used to use for wood before we had this table is just a piece of scrapbook paper that looks like wood. I mean, it looks pretty nice, like real wood when you take the photo on it like this, and you're all zoomed in so you don't see anything else. It looks really nice, and that's a way to get a nice wood background photo, or any background photo really, if you can find a nice piece of paper. Originally, I want to try to use this one, but it's sparkly, so it doesn't work. Sometimes I use it if I want to use the white side. Okay. So now this box is called Square Perfect. I have 2 of these. We had a little incident. Don't do that. This box is called Square Perfect. You can get it on Amazon. I think they're like 50 bucks. It comes with the box and the lights and a tripod. Basically, it's like a mobile box studio if you need one. It comes with different backdrops that Velcro into here. I heard the birds. Yeah, they're all out here. Our neighbor over there, he has quite the bird houses and feeders and collections and things. So we get lots of birds. Mr. Bunsen really likes it a lot. But anyways, yeah, it's called Square Perfect, and then it all folds up into a little box. I have another one down here, and I'll show you guys why I have that. So I'm going to try to put you on this little stool and raise you up a little minute. It's about as high as we can go. Watching replay. Nancy, you're going to watch the replay, or you think you're watching a replay? Mr. Bunsen, get down. Mr. Bunsen. always in the way. Okay, so I'm going to show you. I can't see you right now or any of the comments, so if you're talking to me. This is my other box that I use, and it does fold up just like this one does. But what I do, just turn you a little bit to make sure you can see me. The reason I have this one is because, like, right now, if I wanted to take photos right now, I probably could do that because there's natural light, but there's no light right here on the table. Later on in the morning and in the afternoon, you're going to get light on your table. And I use this, the white parts of this box, to diffuse these two windows. Like this, to just protect the table area where I'm taking pictures, so it shades it, because you want light, but you want it to be diffused light so that you don't get that flashback. So I do that, and then I take my photos here if I'm taking photos in the daytime. Now, this box I use it in the daytime, and I don't have to use the lights if I have the light coming in to diffuse through here. I gotta make sure you guys can see what I'm talking about. Yeah. So if it's like afternoon sun, I can, and I want to use this box, this light will shine through here. I don't have to use the light because this light can actually be kind of harsh. And then I can just take my little photos in here, completely inside the box, and get the diffused light. If it's nighttime and I have to take photos at nighttime, then I use these lights like this, and you can maneuver them around. And then you have the light coming through into the box in the very darkness, and it's lit up just like it would be daytime. So most of the time, I do use this box in the daytime, and I don't use the lights. I use it at nighttime, and I do use the lights. It works very good both ways, but it took me a while to figure out, like, I can take pictures in the dark. I don't, and in the daytime. It was a whole thing. So, that's what I do with that. Make your buns in. Why are you pulling back there? The best time for me with this light setup to take photos is when it's overcast or raining, because then the sun is diffused by the clouds anyways, and I don't got to mess around with anything. So when it's like overcast and gray outside is a really good time to take photos. And you wouldn't think so, but then when you get your photo down here, and I don't use a flash, then it actually turns out really nice. Now, sometimes you're going to have to edit your photos and maybe brighten them up a little bit. There is a free program. It's a gazillion years old, and it's called, what is it called? Something 3. Pixel 3? No, I will look for it. Anyways, that's the program that I use to do any editing. It's really easy. So now, these are all my little props that I use. This is my little just piece of denim. I put some little sparkly glitter on there every once in a while. And these are my props that I use. I take these flowers out. I take this box out, and I just use these as props. Our friend Miss Amber actually picked up all of these and had been using them already, so I just continued to use them. Flowers, I use feathers. I use this rock from Madagascar. You can basically use any kind of little props you want. And then down here I have a few other little props and things that need photos taken. So I do have 2 more of these lights because I have 2 boxes, so I have 4 lights. If I need them, I can use them, but you know, I haven't really needed them. But yeah, another way I like to take photos, if I'm really in a hurry, I will sweep my little tile here, and I'll go under the table because it's pretty much diffused down here. I'll sweep under here, and I'll just do a quick gray tile photo. Gray always looks really good as a background because it makes everything pop out. I use this stool for when I'm taking photos of my super magnets, you may see, because obviously it's metal, and I could just put them on there and take a quick photo and edit out the back. So I use that. But yeah, it took quite a while to get this going on. Okay, I'm going to go back in the house now. Don't look at that. Come on, Mr. Bunsen. Mr. Bunsen says he wants to stay out there and investigate with the birds. So, here we are, back at the table. I'm using my like little portable tripod. There we go. My reception is crappy. Yeah, so that's what I do. I tried a long time to take photos outside, and I was struggling, and I couldn't figure out why, because everybody kept saying, use natural light, use natural light. What I didn't realize is that you have to try to diffuse your natural light. So that's why with those little white box screens or whatever, when you diffuse the light and it's natural light, it works really well. But if I'm in a situation where I'm taking photos at night, because I'm doing a lot of things throughout the day, and sometimes I'm like, oh, I finished my YouTube video and I got to take this little, product photos real quick to put them in my video, but it's dark out, then I can just use the light box. I tried taking photos downstairs in my video light box, and that does not work as well. I don't know why it doesn't work as well. I think just because it's just darker down there, because it's in the downstairs in my basement, and there's no natural light down there. Even though I have the diffused big box lights, it doesn't work great for photos. It works okay for videos, because I have when I'm doing a video, I pretty much have all the other lights off. So I'm doing my videos in the dark with my humongous big box lights, and I have that all set up so that I can just use it on that table, so I don't have to move them around. And that's what I wanted. I wanted to be able to just go out there and do my photos, click, click, click. Like, I got things to do. I don't want to have to pack anything up and move it around and get a different table and that type of thing. So that's what I do with my photos. Once I have the photos, okay, you can do one of two things. You can put them, if you go to your Google Photos, all the photos that you take automatically back up to Google if you have that set up on your phone. Do you use a special light? The only lights that I use are my diffused lights that I was talking about. Two of them came with the light box, the square light box. And then the two big lights that I have downstairs, I guess they're special lights, but they're, I can't remember what they're called, but those are huge. They're like 2 feet tall. The light portion is like 2 feet tall, and they're on like a stand. I can't remember what they're called right now for the video thing. One day I'll show you guys the video area, but, so once I have my photos, they back up to Google. So you can do one of two things. You can go into your Google and you can find them all, and you can download them to your computer. If you want to edit them, I always suggest at least editing them, at least looking at them, maybe cropping something out, because you can take a photo and it can be a really nice photo, but you got all this extra space. So crop down, or maybe adjust the brightness or something. So I have this computer program, which I will post in the group because I can't remember what it's called. That's free. I've used it long before I even started Etsy. It's a Google program. It's called something. I think it's called Pixel 3 is what it's called. And it's free. And then when you download, if you have that on your computer, on your desktop, and you download anything, a photo of any kind, it will automatically go into that program. So I download them from Google. I go into that program, and then I edit whatever I'm going to do. And then you just can save them to a different folder once they're edited. And you just, there's a little button down there and it just says export. You just export it to that folder. So then they're all in that folder. For Etsy, you need 10 photos, so I edit 10 photos, and then I go onto my Etsy and I load them into my Etsy. If you want to do them on your phone, you can do that. You can actually take photos right in your Etsy listing and go to your camera and take your photos right there, and then it's simple and quick and you don't have any editing or anything like that. That's up to you. Good morning. Good morning, Jeannie. So it's up to you if you want to do that. But you can do it that way. You can download from Google that way. Or you could take your phone charger cord, which has the USB on it, plug it into the USB in your computer, and this little thing will pop up and they'll all be like, these are the photos that you took. And it takes significantly less time if you do it that way. That's how I do it. So then I import them into my computer, edit them, do this whole thing. It also works for me because I don't always use the photos right away. I'm not always doing listings right away. Maybe I'm taking a batch of photos. Like I'm going to take 20 items and I'm going to do all photos for all these 20 items. Well, obviously I'm not going to use all those photos because that's 200 photos. I'm not going to use all these photos right now, but I have them saved then in that Google Pixel thing, and then I can edit them at my leisure, put them in the folder, so that when I go to do listings, I know they're in that folder. If I can't find them in the folder, I'm like, oh, they still haven't been edited yet, but they're still in the Pixel thing. So that's what I do. It can be quite a process, but it's taken me a long time to figure that out. I don't ever use a flash ever on I wouldn't, if you're taking pictures of jewelry, maybe consider not using a flash. I know that seems, to me, it seemed weird. It's like, why wouldn't you use your flash? Because you want it to be, a nice bright picture, but that's not helping anybody. Because you just get flashback from the sparkliness of your jewelry and then it doesn't look good anyways. So I guess I would just say, if you guys have any questions for me, feel free to drop them in the comment. But I think that's pretty much everything I do for photos. It's really not it seems hard, but once you start doing it a lot, and everybody has their own process too, like their own, like, oh, this day I'm gonna, take the photos, the next day I'll edit the photos. Maybe somebody else does it all at one time, they take the photo, edit it, put it in their listing right away, But for the most part, it just took me a little while to find the right lighting, to figure out the natural light situation, and to get these photo boxes. Quite honestly, the photo boxes, the square photo boxes that I have on the porch are very helpful. I highly recommend those. Because they really do diffuse the light well. I appreciate this info. Well, good. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I don't know if this is helpful. Well, Nancy says that it's helpful. When I take photos of Swarovski AB finish things, it shows up crystals as blue. Yeah. Stacia, you might need to put the Swarovskis, you might have to put those in natural light. And you might have to spin them, because you know how sometimes they have AB on one side? You might have to spin them. You kind of got to get in some weird positions with your camera. That type of thing, Yes, it is helpful. Good. So that's all I really wanted to talk about today, is just taking photos. I took a bunch of photos last night, and I swear, my neighbors must think I'm crazy. I live right here on this road. It's kind of like goes down to the church. It's kind of like a main kind of road. And I'm out there in my porch. My whole porch is lit up, like people are driving by probably looking at me thinking, what is this girl doing? Taking product photos. Because it's completely dark outside. But I did that. I'm getting ready to send those. I'm going to try this. I'm going to try this new thing on Fiverr. Thank you. Very helpful. Writing descriptions are troublesome sometimes. Yes. Well, I'm going to try this thing on Fiverr. So if you don't know about Fiverr, it's called Fiverr. Love your earrings. Oh, thank you. Those are from September Moon. She sent them to me as a gift when I hit 1,200 subscribers on YouTube. She has an Etsy shop. It's called September Moon. Fiverr is a place where basically people are doing things remotely. They're doing photo editing remotely. Excuse me. Thank you. This is very helpful. I am new to all of this. Yeah. They're doing photo editing remotely. They're doing YouTube editing remotely. They're making graphics remotely, making logos, basically any kind of online. They can set up an Etsy shop for you. They can do anything. You just got to go on Fiverr and you put in the search what you're looking for, and some people will pop up. You want to make sure that you're reading these things and you're talking with these people before you pay any money. But so I found some people who are doing Etsy descriptions. So right now, with my current situation, I got this new medical diagnosis. I'm tired all the time. I'm not able to do as many things as I used to be able to do. So I was like, well, I got to reach out and try to figure some stuff out, right? So I reached out to my one friend. So she's helping me do some descriptions. Of course, I'm going to pay her. And my other friend, he didn't show up, so I'm still working on that. But I thought, okay, well, I don't want to overwhelm Crystal, my one friend. So I thought I better have a backup plan in case I'm not able to get to the descriptions if she has to go out of town or, she has a kid or whatever the deal is. Something happens. So I reached out on Fiverr and I found a girl who's willing to do descriptions. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to try it, but I was a little like, because I have to send her a photo of the item. I have to tell her what the item is made of. I have to tell her like how long, the length and the dimensions of the item. And then she's going to write the description. And I'm like, well, after I do all of that, I might as well just write the description, right? Because now I got to put it into a Google document, the photo, write all this stuff, do the next one, lollipop. But she said she's going to do 10 of them. I think it was for $30, which is very cheap. But as we know, there's a lot of things with Etsy that's not just the description. So I'm going to send her this information. She's going to do it. She's going to send it back to me in a Word document, the description that she's done. Now, here's the good part. She's going to do 3 SEO tags. Is it 3 or 5? I think it was 3 or 5 SEO tags, meaning she's going to research based on what I've told her. She's going to research on the ranking websites, the SEO, search engine optimization tags and words we should be using in the listing to make it higher in the Etsy search. Okay, so this is good because this is things that I don't do. So I'm like, okay, well, that's nice, but she's going to send it back to me in a Word document, and then I'm going to have to copy it, read it over, copy it, paste it, make sure it's right. And that could be, I would have to get to working with this girl because she claims that she knows about gemstones and she knows about stones and she knows beads and stuff, but we'll see, because we want to make sure we're putting the right stuff in the description. And if she doesn't know what's in the description or she doesn't know what it's made of, but I got to tell her what it's made of. So I don't know. Anyway, we're going to try it. So then I'm going to copy paste, put this into the Etsy listing, but then I got to go through and do the title, but I think she's going to provide the title or say what should be in the title for good optimization. I fill out all the other little boxes, and then I put the description, and then the tags. She's going to provide some tags that have been researched, so I'll put those in there, and whatever. So, but see, now I'm paying for that, but I'm still doing work. You see how that goes? So it's kind of like, why am I not seeing comments? Oh. I'm sorry, you guys. My comments were turned off. Thank you. Very helpful. Writing descriptions is hard. Love the earrings you have on. Thank you. This is helpful. Congratulations. I have Fiverr before. Great satisfactory outcome. Oh, who's that? Good day playing. Awesome. I have a light box. And I have never used it. My pics are professional. I use all outside lighting. It depends on where you take them. Yeah, and where the sun is. Exactly. Oh, thank you for the super chat, Rebecca. What is your sticker? Oh, it's a little guy with a coffee mug. It says, happy coffee, morning coffee. Thanks, Rebecca. Outside lighting is perfect. My light box is only 6 inches by 4 inches. Well, that's cool. Yeah. That's what I was saying about the like overcast. I find it's very nice to take photos in overcast. Then you don't need to use a box or any and diffuse the light. But you know, we're not all out at overcasty times, or maybe you live in a really sunny area like Florida and it's always sunny. I would just always assume it's sunny in Florida, but I know it's not. I know they have like rainy season. I don't know why I say things like that. I have a lot of people who watch from Florida, and I'm always like, hi, send sunshine. And I'm like, they must think I'm crazy because I know it's not sunny in Florida all the time. A lot of the time. But anyway. Another thing that I found interesting was in Minnesota, it's, you know, in the winter, it gets dark really early too. So like sometimes at like 4:30 in the wintertime, it's like pitch black outside, which was another reason that I was like, oh, if I'm not going to have it together by 4 o'clock, I better get a light box. I use outside. I also use my dining room table with my OT light. What is an OT light, Karen? Someone else had mentioned the OT light. I'll have to look that up. Must be a cool light. Is it one of those ones that like flips down? That is like OT lighting is good for photos. Is it a diffused light? It must be. I will look it up. It sounds interesting. I'm willing to try new things. Yeah, that's the other thing too, is like if you want to take photos in your house, it kind of depends on where you're going to take the photos. Are you going to take them in front of a window? Are you going to be like me and try to take them in the basement? Which I don't suggest unless you have lots of good lights. Name brand for natural light. A brand of light that JTV sells. Oh, very bright for beadwork. Emanates outside lighting. I have a light that's like, it's a happy light. You guys know what I'm talking about? Where you put your face in there and it gives you vitamin D, because when you live in Minnesota, you gotta have a happy light. Is it like that? Kinda? The same concept? Where it's like supposed to give sunlight? You can purchase them at any hobby store. No. Okay. Well, no. They come in many different shapes. Well, I'll look at it after we get off the live. But, so I'm going to try Fiverr. This is going to be my first time trying it. Some other people had said that they had good outcomes with it. And I'm hoping that it'll be good and that I'll be able to continue doing that. And I hope that it, you know, is a good experience for me. Yeah, look it up. There's a cool story on how it was invented. Oh, cool. Well, I will look it up. So I'm going to try that. Now, I've also looked at YouTube video editing, because I find that I have this content, but I don't have time to edit it. And then I don't have time to get it up on YouTube, which is why I'm only doing 2 videos a week, because I'm doing that. Look at Mr. Bunsen out the window. But that was quite expensive for me personally. Right now, I think it was adding up to be like $100 a video, and that was not for any special, you know, really special effects or cool things that I couldn't do myself on, you know, Canva or something. All my lights in my craft room are OT lights. He is busy. He's photobombing me. Yeah, he's something else. So that was a little bit much. So I was looking for someone to maybe, because then that's kind of a thing too, because if, I was looking on Fiverr and they said there was people who do like craft tutorials. And I guess I would just have to try it to see if they're going to edit it the way I like. Because how I do my videos to make it easy for myself for doing YouTube videoing is I do the intro and then I stop. And then I do the materials and then I stop. And then I do the beading portion, the first step of the beading portion, and I stop. Because then if I make a mistake during the video, or there's something in the video and I couldn't find my pliers, or I threw beads all over, or whatever whatever I'm doing, that I'm like, oh, we'll just edit that out. It makes it easier if you have a little short video than having to go through a 20-minute long cut and try to be like, where is this at, and then split the video and then trim both sides. I find that if you just do that little portion, because then you can just push them together instead of having to do a split and a trim and all that and then push them together anyway. So I just do it like that. And but sometimes if I mess up, I'll stop and then I'll start another little clip. And so I guess I would just have to relay that to my editor person, that like I don't want that last little 10 seconds in there or something. That just seems like a lot of work that I'm doing, that I'm paying for, that I'm doing anyway. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I'm working on it. But I suppose, if you really want to put out a lot of content, that you have to be, you're basically paying for time. Because that's my thing. It's like, I could do all those things, but I don't have time because I'm doing all these other things, So I'm going to try it. I'll let you guys know how it goes, how my experience is. But yeah, that's what I'm going to do today. Today, I'm going to put together the list of the descriptions for the girl who's from England, by the way. I'm going to send them to England to do the descriptions, and we'll see what happens. Wonderful. And they won't be disappointed. They don't get hot. Well, my little light box out there, for once with the fire, that was not me. That was Amber. I didn't do that. I think she had it too close to the box and she forgot it on or something. But she bought me a whole new box, which is why I have two. But she didn't have to do that because I think that it still works fine, but whatever. So, anyways, you guys, I'm going to get going here. And before I go, I wanted to tell you, I heard from Jesse James yesterday. And they said that they want their videos on Thursday. So my YouTube videos used to come out Monday and Wednesday. Bargain Bead Box on Monday, Jesse James on Wednesday. And now with all this new stuff going on, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch that to Bargain Bead Box on Tuesday and then Jesse James on Thursday, since that one's when they want it. I'm hoping that will give me more weekend time for like, life balance. And then if I have that one video up on Tuesday instead of Monday, which means I don't have to edit it on Sunday, I can edit it on Monday when my work week is supposed to be going on. So FYI on that. I will make a post about it on Facebook. What's it say? I have light even on my keychain. Oh! Chris is with it, man. All right, guys, I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for your super chats and for showing up and engaging with me. And I'm glad you found this content helpful. For all this information, you got it, lady. And I will look into the the Ot Light and see what that's all about. And I hope you guys have a good day. I'll talk to you later. Bye.